What's up, guys? It's your favorite LA realtor, and we are back with another video. I know you miss me because I miss y'all. So let's get right into it. We're not going to waste any time. So we've talked about proof of funds, we've talked about starting your home journey, and you are ready to start. Like, the gas is ready, you have your money in your account, and you are ready to go. You have your pre-approval letter, and you are ready to start shopping. Let's talk about what happens next. Now, what I see as the easy part, most people see as the most horrific part of the home buying process: house hunting. I love it because obviously I do this for a living, but hey, I do not have to live in the house. So this is where you come in and we have to work together as a team. This is where our team structure shines. I really know how loyal you are at this point. Okay, so we all know house hunting can be a daunting task. Like, literally nobody really wants to do it. And this is kind of where people usually tend to fall off the boat as far as buying a home goes, because this can be literally one of the most stressful processes. Even though I will tell you from my personal experience, the contract, once you're in the contract and the offer is accepted, that is the hardest part. Home shopping is the easy part, but hey, everybody is different. Everybody's, when there's a husband and wife, or when there's a family shopping for, you try to meet everybody's needs.
And we all get all crazy and emotional, and we want to fight, and we want to tussle.
This is the hardest part. So I'm here today to give you some preparation and some strategy tips that you can take along with you on this process. Or even if you're not shopping and you think about it, just something for you to start with and kind of where to go from there, just to guide you and make your life a little bit easier. There's gonna be some tips to follow when you are house hunting. Number one is going to be determine your budget. You'll always circle back to this point right here. Determining your budget. Figure out how much money you can afford to spend on a monthly mortgage. Once you have your pre-approval letter, you will be able to determine your budget. You will have a maximum amount, but of course you do not have to max out at that amount. You can always shop under, which is highly recommended, but I'll circle back to that point later. So once you have your pre-approval letter and you are able to determine what your budget is, this will help you navigate. If you're only approved for $400,000, there is no reason to look at a $500,000 house. So by doing that, this will prevent you from wasting a lot of time of looking at houses outside of your budget. Hey, we always can go home shopping and see what's out there just to get a vision, but when your expectations are here and then you have to come down here, it's a huge disconnect, and I've seen it happen many of times. 2, you're gonna decide on your must-haves. If you are single, if you are a family, everybody is going to have to figure out what their must-haves are. Determining whether it's bathrooms, bedrooms, yard space, pool, no pool. You have to determine what you need out of this house. Who is it serving? What is the purpose? Number 3, you're going to research neighborhoods. So by researching the neighborhoods, it's going to give you 2 things: where you want to live, and then if there are houses or condos or whatever you're looking for in that neighborhood in your price point. Because obviously, if you want to live in a certain neighborhood, but then you come to find out, if it is more of a higher income neighborhood, but your budget may be on the lower end, obviously, there's no reason for searching for homes in that area because it's not really in your budget. Also, a big factor when researching these neighborhoods is going to be, if you have kids, you want to look at schools, you want to look at grocery stores, you want to look at the community. These are not things I can assist you with, but when it comes to the influence of the home and the neighborhood, I am not, by law, I cannot steer you away from any area. You have to do that research on your own. You just present to me your list of neighborhood options. Number 4 is going to be finding a real estate agent. Pretty much what a real estate agent is going to do, where I come in at, my expertise. I am pretty much going to help you and advise you. I don't want to say, like I said, I can't sway or influence or anything, but I pretty much can advise based upon your budget and based upon what you want. I can pretty much let you know like what areas to navigate. I'm usually able to help you on like finalizing decisions, obviously, because I'll be in communication with the other agent on the seller side. So I am just here to make the process easier. All the stressful thing goes on my back. You have no stress in your situation at all. So finding a real estate agent is probably going to be a really good option. Of course, like I tell you guys in every video, do your own research first. That way, when you find the real estate agent, they already kind of have an idea of how to move and what to provide for you. They should be honest enough to let you know whether it'll be a good fit or not for you guys to work together. Remember, your agent is negotiating on your behalf. So you need somebody that can get the job done. Number 5 is just going to be attend open houses. Like I said at the beginning, when you're researching your budget in your neighborhoods, I want you to go into these neighborhoods, attend open houses just to see what other people's houses are like. If you are a person that may be going for a fixer-upper type situation, some people usually go to open houses to see like what somebody else has done. I mean, you gotta think of this as kind of like your mood board or your vision board. This is what the open house is going to provide you with. It lets you know like what is on the market, if you can find anything better, is if you were a clothing line and like you were going on Pinterest and Instagram to kind of see what's trending and what is, out on the market hot right now. Now, after you have followed all of these tips, what you're kind of going to want to do is weigh out your pros and cons. The way I tell people to do this is going to be your HGTV style. We all have seen the shows like Love It or Listed, House Sellers, or pretty much all the shows are the same, so you get the point. What you're going to do is you're going to have a home at the top of your price point. So if you're only approved at $400,000, you're going to have a house between $380,000 and maybe exactly $400,000 that pretty much has everything that you're looking for. We want to put that one between, let's say, 85 to 100% of like, I love this house. 2, then you're going to have a price point in your middle, which is going to be a house that maybe is like 50 to 75% there. It has some good things, but then there's also some things that we can change, or, we're open to the neighborhood, but we don't too much like the house. Your second home that you really like or that is feasible for you is going to be like your middle. If you're approved at $400,000, this price point may be between maybe like $325,000 and like $365,000. But like I said, this is the middle house in the middle of the budget. Your third house is going to be your lower end house at the bottom of your budget that you necessarily aren't struggling to make a payment. Like you can make a payment with your eyes closed. Like you're super comfortable with that mortgage payment, but the house is not that great. This is also why I say attend open houses. Think about a vision board. Think about what it could be, because remember, on the lower end houses where the payments are lower, you can create your dream house. Remember, it is not how much the work costs, it's who you pay to do the work. So house number 3 is going to be just okay. It's going to be, like I said, at the lower end of your budget, but this house may be like 25 to 50%. Like, we can live with it, we can live without it, maybe we find something like a little bit better. What you're pretty much going to do here is compare and contrast all of these houses that you see. I tell people to go with the top 3, but maybe a top 5 is okay. You're gonna compare and contrast features, what you like, what your must-haves are, but then you're gonna compare and contrast the budgets. You're gonna compare and contrast the monthly mortgage costs. You're also going to look at some of the extras. How good is the neighborhood? Is there grocery stores close to us? How is the community? How are the neighbors? So you're pretty much going to put these houses in 3 lists. Hey, rate them from 1 to 10. Genuinely sit there and rate the houses from 1 to 10 to see how you will feel. Hey, this does not have to be a forever home. At least let's think, 5 to 10 years roughly. It may even be sooner than that. Honestly, we just want you to focus on mainly getting your bang for your buck, but also you being comfortable to drive into your home every day. Like I tell everybody, in the state of California, whether you're renting or buying, you have to find your place of fit in where you can get in. That's just always going to be the message. One thing I'm going to end this video with, I do hope you enjoyed these tips. So if you did, go ahead and subscribe right now. Did you subscribe? Okay. Main thing here is when you're going through the home process, it is okay if it takes you longer to find a home. It is okay if you're struggling and you just need to pause for a second. Remember, patience and persistence is the name of the game when it comes to home shopping. The first house you see most likely is not going to be the house. I mean, just because you saw, 5 houses that day, it may be the very last house when you're exhausted and you just didn't even want to go see it. You kind of debated about turning around and going back home. That may be the house that you end up going with. It's most likely never going to be the first house, and that is okay. Do not feel pressured to do anything. The inventory is already extremely low. So no person really has a ton of options. No home shopper right now has a million options. But there is something out there for you. And no matter how long it takes you, you will get to your end goal. But like I said, treat it kind of like a HGTV show. Do you love it? Or should you list it? Or are we going to continue home shopping? You'll know the house, when you walk in the door, you will know the house that is meant for you. You're going to know you getting in there and going to see the home. There won't be any complications. But as long as you have the right approach and you're doing it with the right intentions, then everything will just pan out in your favor and it will work out as smooth as possible. So I just had to come with that quick tip because we are among the spring market. The buyers are back outside. Yes, interest rates did spike out crazy the last week of February, but I do feel like we may not be there for that long. And as we get closer to spring market, I think a lot more people are going to be outside shopping. Good luck on your home shopping journey. I wish you all nothing but the best. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns for me, feel free to drop them in the comments. I am here for you guys to provide as much knowledge and direction and advice as I can. So use me as a tool and as a resource. If your realtor is tripping or they're giving you a hard time, refer them to my video and say, hey, I watched this girl's video and this is what we need to do. I'm telling you, it's gonna make a whole lot more sense. But I love you guys. We will talk soon. I'll see you at the next video. Bye.